That's right, people. Peace. Peace and chaos. This is MASSEY, my perspective. That's right. Oh, man. Glad to be back on Spreaker, okay? So listen, this is an official update of what's going on. As a matter of fact, let me put this phone on charge. We don't want any mishaps. 1 second. Boom, there we go. That's right, people. Let's get a round of applause right now. It's going down. Hold up. I know I got an applause sound effect on this thing. Right? Hold up. Is that an applause? I don't know. But listen, we'll get to it. Facts. Bow. How about it? Let's do it one more time. Bow. Now take a picture. Oh, MASSEY in full effect. Listen, back on Spreaker, right? And listen, the craziest of events have been taking place. Let me tell you. All right, so the shadow banning is at its finest out here. Now, listen, for about the last 2 years, let me give you just a quick update. Now, let me see. As we all know, I made my bones on Facebook, right? Listen, and still getting it in on Facebook because guess what? The hackers, the scammers, all right, all opposers, they didn't stop nothing. As a matter of fact, it made me really dig into my craft and really evaluate some things. Cause see, listen, nothing happens for no reason. All right, everything is for a reason. All right, so listen, I know they thought that was gonna shut MASSEY completely down. I know they thought that I was gonna give completely up, but listen. I am a advocate believer, and I've always been like this, even before this great awakening, that, nothing can really hold me back. My past does not confirm what's going to go on in my future. Always been an advocate of that. Nothing is impossible because it is all possibilities. So now, and I had been moving my audio, my podcasting, over to Anchor. Then Anchor started having a whole lot of changes, people, all of a sudden. First thing they did was, I think Spotify completely bought them out. So it was podcasters for Spotify. So Anchor had recently did that complete change right there. So then everything was going smooth. Now all of a sudden when I log into my Anchor, all right, every time I click on my content, it's reading error. Every time I try to share my content, it will not let me share. So I've been in this podcast game for quite some time now, and they've been messing with my numbers forever. But see, one thing about MASSEY, people, I do this because I do this. I never once did it for the money. Because it was so hard for me to monetize because they had been messing with the numbers so much. I got haters all around. But see, I love the haters. All right? Why do I love the haters? Because they just don't know who I am. And they don't know how much God is blessing me. They didn't understand that I was destined for greatness in whatever that I do. So with that being said, I monetize myself, collective. Oh, I monetize my... Boy, look, I'm trying to clean up the language, all right? But like I say, I took it upon myself to monetize myself. They have all types of things out here now, like PayPal. They got Cash App. There are many ways for people to donate to the show. That's a fact right there. So, in the essence of all of that, I started figuring out new ways, and I continue to do my thing, just like now. When I've been logging on to my Anchor for about the last 3 days, it has been error after error. And as you can see, Anchor has did their thing. And I'm going to say this, since this great awakening, all right, since the sun has been up there, and let me be frank and clear on this right here, this sun that's up here, it's really heating up things. And if you're familiar with what's going on around Planet Key, right, AKA, as you all may know it, Earth, Let me tell you something. We all know why the sun is so hot up there. We all know why our big brothers in the sky, all right, that have always been there, have always been looking, surveillancing, seeing what's going down. We all know what's going on right now in the time and the shift that the planet is in. So if you know, you know, all right? And if you don't know, well, it just means you have really been under a rock and, you're missing the wave of this awakening. Or let me be, a bit, let me see, let me be a bit, let me just say it like this, all right? Maybe it's just not your time to be tapped in right now. But guess what? There's always time, especially if you possess this carbon and this neuromelanin. Let me repeat that, And I want to be clear on this too. If you are 9 ether, then congratulations. Congratulations. But if you are a 6 ether being, right? Trust me, there is a place for you as well. And it's not that 9 ether is better than you. It's just that we all are different and we all are special in our own ways. Let me just put that out there now, because I could never be racist, collective. It's impossible with everything that's been going on over the years. It's impossible for me to be collective, but I'll tell you this, though. When you start speaking truth, that is just, undeniable truth. When you start speaking, truth that's been hidden for eons, all right? Because I'm going to tell you something, and shout out to Kalai. I'm going to tell you something. He said some real-ish, all right, when he came up with this one, because we think that the lie is disturbing. Let me tell you something, collective. The truth, especially in this age of Aquarius, listen, the truth is way more disturbing than the lie. Real talk. And ever since I done came into this awakening, ever since, and I'm going to be clear and frank on this, I've been chosen since birth, chosen since before birth. I came here with a mission. I came here with a real purpose. And guess what? I started to remember. And since I have switched up my content, ever since I've been, on this universal law and, waking up the masses, waking up myself, all right, constantly reminding my species of people and others, all right, that, we're way more powerful than we think, than we know. Boy, let me tell you something. Soon as I start dropping content on how to raise your vibrational frequency, man, I thought that I had haters. Boy, the true haters really start showing themselves. And you got to realize something. When you start to redirect your mind and you really start creating your reality and understand that you are the abundance, let me tell you something. They're going to start coming from left and right. And understand this, collective. Each level you go up, there will be a new devil. Let me repeat. New levels, new devils. That's a fact right there. So, I'm officially back on Spreaker, all right? And I am monetized, you know what I'm saying? The PayPal is in full effect. See, what the scammers didn't know, what the hackers did not do is all of their homework. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed, collective. It's a beautiful thing. And I don't take nothing for granted. And guess what? I stayed down in my craft until I officially came back up full circle. 360 degrees, and I brought it back full circle, 720. All right? Just like the planet is heating up, I brought that 360 degrees all the way up to 720. That's facts right there. So, I'm just happy to be back in action officially. You know what I'm saying? Back on Spreaker, and this is where I'll be dropping all of my audio content. That's right. So, if you would like to donate to the show, and it's very well appreciated, understand that my Cash App is always on Smash. Believe that. The Cash App is always on Smash, and Also, by viewing the content, by downloading the content, by you just simply listening to the content and flooding all of your attention to the episodes and the audio that I present, guess what? You are so greatly appreciated, and that helps out enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about organic listeners. I'm all about who is going to mess with the content. You know what I'm saying? Who is a listener of Ray Massey. And guess what? This is just my perspective, people. So, this is my perspective with Ray Massey and friends, all right? Whenever I do have friends on, because I will be interviewing, I will be bringing guests on the show, and we're going to have some fun with this thing. Make no mistake about it. So, I'm going to revamp this whole thing. I'm going to be dropping new content weekly, all right? And sometimes maybe 2 or 3 times a day. It's just all about how I feel, collective. You know what I'm saying? This is what the audio, this is what podcast, this is what internet radio is all about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just jumping on this wave, people. If you've been following me over the years, you know I've been dropping this heat. And that's not to be braggadocious. Hell, that's not even to be arrogant right there. That's just the flat out truth. So, it's going down in a major way. Make sure you follow me on Spreaker. Follow the show, My Perspective with Ray Massey. And guess what? I'm going to be bringing a hell of a perspective. So this is the update. I'm back on Spreaker. And boy, let's just say I'm happy about it. You know what I mean? So let's get it, collective. You know what I'm saying? I will be uploading these. Well, I think it goes automatically to my YouTube channel. And that channel is always in effect whenever I do, give my visuals. Whenever I do record my show live on camera, shout out to the agency, B&B. You know what I'm saying? The agency is going down. They usually do all of my video work. So, whenever I do decide to give a visual to it, trust me, that will automatically go to my YouTube. And I'll also be doing the audio live on Spreaker. So, let's get into it, people. Ray Massey, this is the update. And I'm just having fun with it, people. Do something good today. Believe that. And you can start by listening to the Ray Massey Show. It's just my perspective, people. We'll be back in a short amount of time because the next topic that I'm going to do, all right, will be about psychology. We're going to break this thing down, people. I'm going to be dropping probably a 2 to 3 part lecture on psychology. It's a beautiful thing. And that's crazy. I just dropped some heat on Anchor, and guess what? They already not letting me hear, play, or share the content. So with that being said, Spreaker is where it's gonna be at, people. Nonetheless, this is Ray Massey. Let's get into it, people. My perspective. And it's a hell of a perspective, people. Ray Massey. Peace.